So, happy Thanksgiving morning. Hope you're having a good Thanksgiving. Don't know what you're doing today, whether you're spending time with friends or family. First thing I want to encourage you is be sure and put on your best stretchy pants so that you are ready for the day's action, whatever that looks like. Uh, Wanted to share a few thoughts with you today. This Thanksgiving is somewhat special for me, somewhat unique. I just finished an 8 week ministry sabbatical. First time I've done that after 28 years of ministry work. I knew it was time to take a break. I knew that there were some things that I needed to work through after years of nonstop just carrying people's burdens and issues and dealing with the challenges that come with leading organizations and working through people's life, challenges, marital problems, problems with kids, problems with jobs, families, all of those things. There were just a lot that I knew I needed to spend some time unpacking and unpacking some things in my own life. And the other part of that was really looking at where I was in life today and what the next chapter, the next season of life really needed to entail for me. And so this journey has been all about untangling a lot of thoughts, a lot of emotions. And as I shared with you a few months ago, about 2 months ago, my best friend has been my journal. I have been journaling, daily, and my good friend Harpal in Chandigarh, India, gave me this journal about 2 years ago now, and I have been putting it to heavy use over the last 2 months. And it's interesting, even going through the 2 months of journaling and just seeing where I began and where I'm at now in my thoughts and in the places that God has taken me. But I wanted to share, just a few things that I'm thankful for in this journey and what I have seen over the last 8 weeks. And first and foremost is just how good God's grace truly is. Now, there are so many things that, as I was going back through my life and my journey, places where I knew that I had failed, and not just failed, but failed miserably. And looking through that and being able to look through the lens of time and seeing how, in spite of my failures, God came alongside and supplemented, complemented, and reinforced my weaknesses with his presence. And where I was insufficient, his sufficiency was perfect. Let me give you a great example with my children. So I sat down with each one of my children over the last 8 weeks and looked them in the eye and said, here's some places where I know I failed. And I'm asking your forgiveness for those things. And it was such a humbling experience to have each of my children tell me, A, we know you weren't perfect. B, there are things that you did we probably won't do. And C, we wouldn't want it any different, that you did the best you could with what you had, and we have no regrets. God was faithful in seeing us through, and we are so proud of who you are. And so, what a humbling thing to hear that from your children. And then I met with people who I had led before as their pastor and, had similar conversations. Hey, listen, there are decisions I made as your pastor that I know caused pain for you. I did what I considered to be the best in the moment, but I also know that those decisions at times caused pain, and I'm asking your forgiveness for that. And to have them tell me, hey, no, we want you to know that actually here's how God has used those decisions, and here's what He's done, and here's the way God has worked in those situations, and here's the outcome, and to see God's grace in that. And then the second part of that is God's faithfulness. To see God's faithfulness to continue things that I started but maybe didn't get to finish. And that was some of the disappointments of finding that, man, I was frustrated. I wanted to see this through. And then to see what God has been able to do with those things through the years. Even though I didn't get to finish it out, getting to see what I started, the ball that I got to put in motion, and how He finished that out, and what it's become since then. And so that's one of those things that now there's been some perspective on that, and to say, wow, God, how cool is that? And then one of the last things is, how grateful I am about those prayers that He didn't answer, those prayers where He said no. One of the biggest ahas of this journey, and I laughed, was one of the things that I just so badly wanted 16 years ago. And God said no. And in fact, it was something that, I kind of made my own prison out of, and kind of created an emotional setback for many years. And something that God showed me on this sabbatical time. I took a trip back to South Texas, a place where I had a lot of challenges. I would say probably my most grand and glorious failure publicly. And, He showed me some things about myself. He showed me a lot about who He is. But one of the things He showed me is, I didn't give you what you wanted. And then He showed me, but look at what I've given you instead. And aren't you glad I didn't give you what you were asking for? And I went, oh, yeah, man, I'm glad you didn't give me what I was asking for, because I would have settled for something so much less than what God was really trying to put in my hands. And, when I went through that, mental inventory, I have two grandchildren that I would have missed out on. I have two amazing son-in-law and a daughter-in-law that I would have missed out on. The businesses that I currently run, I would have missed out on. The work I've been able to do in Kenya, Uganda, Rwanda, India, the work in Pakistan, my companies, uh, real estate investments, all of those things would not have happened had God given me what I was asking for in the moment 16 years ago. And so, what it reminded me of is God's sovereignty, His faithfulness, I can always depend upon. And it was a reminder that in the toughest seasons, I can always trust Him. And I can be thankful, even when things are difficult. I can be thankful even when it seems like it is a total dumpster fire around me, because He has my best interest at heart. And if I will just be patient, if I will wait on Him, His best will always, 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 always come through. And then ultimately, what's been exciting about this is He has helped me refine my mission statement. So my personal mission statement I had written 22, 23 years ago. And it was the mission statement of a 32-year-old man who was very zealous as a church pastor. And the mission statement I have now is the mission statement of a man who's getting ready to turn 55 years old and has a different perspective on life. And I'm excited about that mission statement. It gets me choked up and in tears when I think about it. And so, a lot to be thankful for this year. Got a new grandbaby, new grandson, thrilled about him. My granddaughter is just a bundle of joy. It's exciting to see what my kids have accomplished this year. It's exciting to see what our business team has been able to do this year, even though it's been a challenging year for us business wise. Uh, Man, I'm so proud of our team. They have grown in their knowledge and their capabilities, and I'm just super thrilled for them. And so much to be thankful for. And so I hope, this year, as you take time to reflect, you'll just reflect at a deeper level, not just that you had a house to live in and food to eat and clothes to wear, but really be thankful for the way God is involved in your life day to day. The prayers He did answer and the prayers that He didn't answer, which even the ones He didn't answer, He really answered. It just may have not been what you wanted. It's because He knew what you needed. And where His grace has been not just sufficient, but overwhelming. And His mercy has been overwhelming. And His kindness and His love for you has been overwhelming. And that when He thinks about you, He gets excited. And He's got a plan and a purpose for you that's uniquely yours. Nobody else fits that role. And that's been a lot of what I've discovered in the last 8 weeks. In my head, I knew that, but I really hadn't taken it the 18 inches from here to here. And it's been an exciting journey. So a few thoughts for you. Happy Thanksgiving. Put on your stretchy pants. Get ready to do battle at the dinner table. And enjoy your time with friends and family. Wish you the best today.